you're unique because you went to Anderson.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like one of the unicorns out there that's like
Big
really from
unicorn
Austin.
horn. Yeah. A rare breed.
A rare breed.
I didn't
The
know
rest
what
of
that
us just
meant.
jump in at some point.
I didn't know what that meant. I kept hearing the term unicorn the first 2 years back, and I was like, huh. And then so I finally, it's one of those laughs, like whatever. I don't know what that means. I don't care. And then finally asked, and so it all came together. It made sense. I realized how much of a minority I am in the fact that there's not many people who were born and raised here who live here. But that's okay. I like being different. I am a little weird. There's no doubt about it. A little different from everybody else, somewhat. But yeah, and it's our lives paths are pretty impressive, and I like your path. What inspired you other than being a fan to become a Longhorn sports content producer? Because the Fanatic perspective, you guys got to go follow him. You need to subscribe to Steven's YouTube page. Go to his Twitter handle. I think you're on Instagram as well.
Yes, sir.
And how many episodes a week do you think you drop on YouTube?
Probably at least 3. At least 3 a week.
Amazing. That's work, buddy.
It is. It is. On top of having a full-time career, as we were discussing beforehand, right? So, but when you're passionate about something and you love doing it, is it how much work is it, right?
Is it really work?
Exactly. So we in terms of the start of Fanatic perspective, I wanted to be very similar to what Mike Barnes was talking about in a previous episode. I always envisioned myself as a sportscaster, sports broadcaster growing up. I went to Howard for broadcast journalism, actually. There was, where I am today, people would think, oh, he was definitely a business major, right? Or something related in
right.
the field
I
of
would
business.
think so as well.
Nope. I was there for sports. I was an editor on the school newspaper on top of being a football player. Like I was always saw myself on the media-ish side of things. I always saw myself more as a writer, though. I never thought I'd be like, a broadcast. I thought I'd go to the NFL and like work a beat and, do that whole thing. Right. And so you don't know what you don't know when you're younger. But when I got to Austin, one of the things my buddy Tran, who I co-host with all the time, shout out to John Tran, we were on the same team at that time. We met each other as we were also Spurs fans. So we met each other at a Spurs watch party when they were like around the time the finals and all that type of stuff. And people heard us just talking about the Longhorns, and they're like, "You guys need to record yourselves. Like, you guys should record like this is." Y'all are not just like talking like casual people talk, right? And so it started off as me writing stuff and figuring it out. And eventually I got online. My first video was actually boxing related. It was Canelo Triple G reaction video on YouTube. It was my very first YouTube video. But Tom Herman came on board, and it was a new regime, seeming new energy around the fan base and just what we were expecting coming off the Charlie Strong era.
Yeah.
And it was when we lost to Maryland. And me being from there, College Park was about 15 minutes from where I grew up. My brother's a diehard Maryland fan. It hurt so much that I had to get on camera. And I said it was just a therapeutic release because I was like, let me journal my thoughts and see if anybody out there is with me on this. Right. And so from there, the response from everybody, it just was so encouraging, and people always asking, hey, could you enlighten us on this, or could you share your thoughts on this in regards to the team and how things are going? And it's just grown from there really since Tom Herman's, I would say, his second season.
No, it's impressive. I look back, I didn't realize how many episodes that you have, and that's what's impressive to me. But again, you say it's not work. It is. You enjoy doing it, but I have to tell you this too. And this is not a knock on my former career industry. We are at a time frame right now that you don't need to be employed by local TV to have a platform. we have so many opportunities. I wish you and I would have had Instagram, Twitter, and all that in our late teens, early 20s. Because can you imagine what we could have established and built by then? Because there are people who are hired on these networks now who can work from home just
Right.
to partake in specialty shows because of their social media presence. It's pretty amazing, actually.
It's incredible how much tech has immersed itself into this, right? And the growth of a lot of these media companies and how people can just leverage a following. I mean, even the way people get information today.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to knock because I watch LHN, I watch all these other networks and stuff. I've never wanted to knock those things, but access where people can DM me on Twitter and I can either respond to you or send you a video. Like there's just immediate access and credibility that we have, especially when you come off genuine, especially when you can relate to folks and people are feeling what you're feeling. It's not people feel right now, and again, not a knock to large national media, but some of the stuff can be scripted. Some of the stuff it's like, oh, you're supposed to take this side, or you're trying to drive a narrative, or I don't think anyone's ever watched my channel, whether you agree with me about something or not, and think that I'm trying to drive any type of narrative, right? So that in combination with tech allowing people to get quicker access, it's amazing, Sean.
No, it is.